The American Revolution is going to get you every single point for chronic myeloid leukemia on your board exams. Here's what you need to know. CML is caused by the formation of the Philadelphia chromosome. So this is the only history fact that you have to remember, but the Declaration of Independence was signed in Philadelphia. So Ben Franklin was hanging out in Philly in 1776. He said to all of his boys, come down here, come make liberty. That's CML for chronic myeloid leukemia. That's how you know it's associated with the Philadelphia chromosome. Now, in order to make a Philadelphia chromosome, you have to have a 922 translocation. So how do you remember that? Well, the absolute value of 9 minus 22 is 13 for the 13 original colonies. When you make a 922 translocation, you make this gene right here, the BCR-ABL fusion protein. This is what causes the unregulated cell growth in CML. So how do you remember that? Well, BCR is really just an acronym for British colonial rule abolished. Okay. And then when you have the BCR fusion protein, what you're going to get is a hyperactive tyrosine kinase. That's what drives the unregulated cell growth. So how do you treat that? Well, you're going to give a tyrosine kinase inhibitor. And that's exactly what we did when we signed the Declaration of Independence. We did that so that we could inhibit tyrants. Last couple things you need to know. This disease primarily affects adults. The people that signed the Declaration of Independence were adults. And then this last thing right here is super important. CML causes an increase in basophils. Got to remember that. So how do we fit that into the mnemonic? Well, basophils, if you look at the name, base loving. It's right there in the name, basophils. And then when you think about America, what is one thing that the U.S. loves? The U.S. loves military bases. So when you think of America, think of base loving. That's going to get you that increased basophils in CML. So here we go. That's the full Declaration of Independence, American Revolution mnemonic for CML. It hits all the high yield points that you need to know for step 1. Let me know if you guys thought this mnemonic was helpful. I remember when I was learning all the different bone cancers with all the different translocations, it got really confusing. So when I thought of this mnemonic, I tried to get really creative with it. Sorry if you don't like American history, but if you did like it, let me know and I can try to think of some more.